Some symbols that we will run into quite frequently that we want to become familiar with. The first one on the list here is the less than symbol. You'll sometimes hear me refer to this as the strictly less than symbol, and I'll talk about why momentarily. But when you see this in between two numbers, it just means that the first one is smaller than the second one. Or in terms of our number line, the first one falls to the left of the second one on the number line. So this is greater than or strictly greater than, which means that the first one is bigger than the second one. So the first one falls to the right of the second one on the number line. Now when you see the little line underneath the less than and greater than symbols, this is less than or equal to, and this is greater than or equal to. So what that's saying is that the two numbers, the first one could be smaller than the second one, or they could be the same number. And in this case, it's saying the first one could be bigger than the second one, or they could be the same number. Whereas with these first two up here, they can't be the same number. The first number has to be strictly smaller than the first one, and the first one has to be strictly bigger than the second one, which is why I will sometimes use these terms when I'm referring to these first two symbols. So given these four symbols, we want to insert as many as we can between each pair of numbers down here to give us a true statement. So we're first comparing 5 and negative 4. 5 is bigger than negative 4. 5 is to the right of negative 4 on the number line, which means we can say 5 is greater than negative 4. But we can also say 5 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Now in this case, they're not equal. 5 is strictly bigger than negative 4, but because we're satisfying the greater than part of the inequality, it would still be a true statement to use this symbol in here. Comparing negative 14 and negative 12. Negative 14 is smaller than negative 12. Negative 14 falls to the left of negative 12 on the number line, so we can say negative 14 is less than negative 12. Or again, for the same reason that we use the greater than or equal to symbol on this one, we can use the less than or equal to symbol here, and it will again give us a true statement. Now for C, we're comparing 1/4 and 1/4, the same number. So it looks like the logical choice would be just to put an equal sign in there, but that's not one of the options in this case. So what we can say is that 1/4 is less than or equal to 1/4. Now in this case, it's not less than, but because we have the equal to attached to this symbol, this gives us a true statement. 1/4 is indeed less than or equal to itself. And for the same reason, we can also use the greater than or equal to symbol. Since we have that equal to part in there, it gives us a true statement.